Hi everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. I didn't do any videos yesterday. I've been under the weather. My granddaughter came home with a virus after hanging out with one of her friends, Mateo, and two of their cousins that recently came to the United States. She caught the virus and then gave it to me. Yeah, so her and I are both very sick. Yeah. I spent all day sleeping yesterday, so I'm up a little bit better today, but yeah. So here's an update what I was going to do about these earthquakes that they've been having in Syria. Some 17 people were injured in the city of Somalia, western Syria, on the 12th, following a 4.8 magnitude earthquake. It wasn't a 4.8. It was actually probably, a 5.2. And it was followed by a magnitude 4.5. In my last report, I talked about how Bashar Assad bombed some cities over here right after the earthquake. Yeah, they have an ongoing civil war going on there in Syria. I don't know if anyone was killed, how severely they were injured in this location. But the earthquakes are continuing. Here's recent earthquakes that they've had. Magnitude 2.9 in the same location where all those quakes were happening. We also got a magnitude 3.4 close to the same location, more closer to the Dead Sea Rift. Okay, and then we got a 4.1. Now that one was out in the ocean. Let me show you. I'll go to Google Earth. Close to Cyprus. It was real deep, 110 kilometers in depth, which is about 68 miles. And you can see that, let me close this out, that this fault system goes all the way up to the Dead Sea. Yeah, and close to that location where we've been having all those earthquakes. Yeah, it probably connects to the Dead Sea Rift. And then also on the 17th, same location as those earthquakes, a magnitude 2.9. There was also further down on the rift system, a magnitude 2.4. Back up where those earthquakes have been occurring, we got a magnitude 3.1. A 3.1, a 2.6, yeah, they're ongoing. That was on the 16th. Let's see, did I just do that one? Yeah, no, that's another 2.6, a little bit closer to the rift. Then we got same location. Look at all these earthquakes, a 2.9. I can go down through here and show them to you. Where the bombing occurred from Bashar Assad was up over here by Idlib. I think that's how you pronounce it. Right after that large earthquake. I also found a real interesting article about the history of the U.S. there in Syria. It says the U.S.-backed forces in eastern Syria launched a major attack on 3 posts manned by pro-government gunmen on August 12th, killing at least 18 fighters in a rare provocation near the border with Iraq. The assault marked the worst clashes in eastern Syria in nearly a year. Earlier in August, 8 U.S. personnel stationed in Syria were injured in a drone attack purportedly carried out by the Iranian-backed militants. So did they use some sort of earthquake technology to create these earthquakes? I don't know. It goes on to say that U.S. involvement in the Syrian civil war is a complex story. Shortly after the civil war began in 2011, the Obama administration placed sanctions on Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and supported factions of the opposition. As popular protests grew into a full-scale military conflict in 2012, President Barack Obama declared that the use of chemical weapons would be a red line for the U.S. The following year, the Syrian military did just that, deploying chemical weapons during an attack on Galat a rebel-held area, resulting in the death of an estimated 1,500 civilians, including more than 400 children. The U.S. military involvement in Syria began in September of 2014, when a U.S.-led coalition, including the United Kingdom, France, Jordan, Turkey, Canada, Australia, and others, launched an air campaign against the Islamic State group and fellow radical groups Al-Nusra Front inside Syria. The U.S. did not take direct military action against the Assad regime until April of 2017, when the Trump administration launched a missile strike on Syria Air Base in response to a suspected chemical attack in the town Khan Shoykoin in Idlib province. That's the one I showed you earlier that was reporting attacks either by Assad or by Russian forces. In December of 2018, President Donald Trump ordered the withdrawal of 2,000 to 2,500 U.S. ground troops in Syria, believing the coalition operation against the Islamic State group had been largely successful and that the U.S. presence in eastern Syria was unnecessary. And it goes on to say that as of this year, around 900 U.S. soldiers, along with an undisclosed number of contractors, are operating in Syria. U.S. military support of Kurdish groups in Syria have angered its NATO ally, Turkey, which views the YPG as an offshoot of the Kurdistan Workers' Party, PKK, designated terrorist organization. And then it goes into more about the pullout of U.S. military troops. The U.S. and local partners have reportedly detained around 5,000 Islamic State group fighters and 50,000 indoctrinated family members. If these detainees were freed by any authority, the group could reconstituted and grow, underscoring the threat the U.S., along with the Syrian Democratic Forces, thought a major prison break by Islamic group fighters in early 2022. Nonetheless, continued U.S. presence in Syria is not assured. In 2023, the Republicans in the House attempted to force Biden administration to withdraw the remaining troops. They failed, but Trump, again the Republican presidential candidate in 2024, has made it clear that he sees no role for the U.S. in the endless wars. Meanwhile, a U.S. troop pullout, despite the consequences, has precedence. The Biden administration withdrew all American troops from Afghanistan in 2021 and is formally transitioning to an advisory role in Iraq. Yeah, remember all the equipment, military equipment that we left there. So that would probably happen again. So do you believe that these are all man-made earthquakes? Or is God trying to draw our attention to this location? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.